Welcome to 2026. From all of us here, we hope you had a wonderful holiday season and we're excited about the year ahead. As we kick off the new year, there are a few important data points worth sharing. First, population growth. It remains a major tailwind for Florida. The newly released U-Haul Growth Index ranked Florida number 2 in the nation for in-migration states last year based on their 2.5 million one-way moves across Canada and the US. That finding was reinforced by the United Van Lines Index, which also placed Florida among the top 7 in-migration states nationwide. In simple terms, people are still choosing Florida in very large numbers. Second, there's been a movement in the policy front regarding housing. Recent announcements signaling restriction on institutional purchases for single-family homes. Now, while the corporate buying has already slowed significantly over the past few years, it is good news, reassuring for families who don't want to be competing with corporate America for buying their home. The data is important here. Corporate purchases really peaked several years ago and have since kind of cut roughly in half, both nationally and here in Florida. And we saw some other announcements aimed at mortgage rates and affordability. Interest rates for the first time came under 6% in the last week, first time since September 22. However, we don't know how long that's going to last, but any downward pressure on rates would be meaningful, especially considering the amount of pent-up demand still sitting on the sidelines. Now let's talk about pricing. This is the challenging one for sellers. The past year has clearly been a period of rebalancing, and that's made conversation with our sellers very challenging. But the data behind today's value is real, and it's market driven. We don't make this up. This isn't opinion, it's really just what the numbers are telling us. Now, from our perspective, that creates opportunities for buyers. Rates will eventually come down a bit more, but historically, when that happens, pricing tends to move up and quickly. So for buyers who act before the shift, they're often in the strongest position. That's it for now. Remember, real estate is a dynamic market and influenced by many moving parts. If you have any questions or want to walk through what all of this means for you, we're always happy to have that conversation. Thanks for joining us, and here's to a great 2026.